I started at North, their program, and then I started at North, and then we heard of East program, and my grandfather went to East, so my parents decided to put me in that program. The coach was Coach Trapp, so that's whenever I kind of first met him. I don't really remember like any of my first practices or anything. I still am with Cade. He was my practice partner. But no, that's where I met like Dawson, Corbin, like all my good friends. So me and Cade started in the East program, and then we were in there for a couple of years, and then Dawson and Corbin joined like 2 or 3 years later.
Okay.
It was awesome. It's something we dreamed of since like we were little. We both wanted to win, and I know it's like hard for him because he had already wrestled that kid like 3 times before, and he really wanted to win, but like I couldn't have been more proud of him. I think we'll both look back at it and be like really happy with how we did. Whenever that's something I wanted to do, and ever since my freshman year going to state, because my grandfather he made it to the finals but didn't win. He got second, and then for Cade to win, it's kind of like now someone's actually done it, so it's possible, because before that no one had actually done it from East. But that motivated me. Like, it's something I've wanted, and to see someone else kind of like have that spotlight like really pushed me to win it this year. So the last couple of years I focused like I need to win this match and then this match, instead of thinking of like taking it one match at a time. I focused more on winning the position battles in like every match, instead of, okay, I have to wrestle this kid and then wrestle that kid if he wins, and then making it to state. I focused more on scoring as many points as possible. It's like I could in a match, not really getting out of position. So I think that helped a lot. Plus, I didn't try to focus on the outcome of the match as much as I did like, let's just go put on a show. Third quarter, I'd run 5A for like 20 minutes. I'd do either biking or elliptical, and then 7th mod I'd also run, and then so for another 20 minutes either biking or elliptical, and then first mod I had weights, so I'd get a lift in, and then I go to practice for 2 hours. Well, it depends on the day, like Monday through Thursdays 2 hours, and then Fridays are like an hour and a half for pre-meet days, and then some days I'd go out, like after practice, I'd go to Columbus Fit and then work out there. Awesome. Like being able to come into high school with like Corbin and Dawson, and like being able to practice with them all the time, then like going to state, it just like to come full circle to like Corbin, Dawson, Cade, Jake, me, Nick, all of us going to state. It's awesome. Like being able to come into high school with like Corbin and Dawson, and like being able to practice with them all the time, then like going to state, it just like to come full circle to like Corbin, Dawson, Cade, Jake, me, Nick, all of us going to state. It's awesome. My semifinals match, I went up and talked to my dad, and he was sitting right next to him, and said he'd brought a couple old school ones. And then I looked at them. I really liked them. They were old school. And like, I think they were the ones my grandfather wore. Really looked up to him. And for him to come back to IU and then sit there and watch our matches and like tell us things we could work on, or like told us good job after and stuff, but that really kind of did it. I just liked the IU coaching staff a lot better. Then whenever I went on my visit after that, and I actually got to hang out with like Angel and a couple of the guys on the team and Coach Goldman, and after going and like visiting the campus and seeing their engineering program, even though it's not as big, I think it's more geared towards what today's engineering is going to look like. So I think that really did it. My dad's like my biggest influence. Like ever since I was little, he's been like my coach or in my corner no matter what. I've looked up to him. He wasn't the greatest wrestler or anything, but like he's definitely like pushed me to become like all that I can be, like to who I am now. He showed me like how to become like basically how to be a man and like how to like push through, or even if things aren't going my way, I have to keep going, and like to succeed I have to keep pushing. And like he's been the one who's paid for me to go to all the big tournaments like Super 32, all the Michigan tournaments, stuff like that. So he's also been the one to like pay for me to go to Indiana Outlaws on Sundays and like Red Cobra during the week. So I think he's definitely my biggest like role model influence. Like I've doubted myself. Like I think before every match you get like nervous. So like there's always a possibility that someone can go out and beat you, but like you can't really focus on that. So like sure you have nerves, and like everybody does, but like you gotta get those going in like the right direction. You can't like be afraid to go out and step on the mat and give everything you have, and like even if you do lose, it happens. But I don't think there's been a time I've doubted myself this year or